It's Operation Babble with Myke Shrews. It's pop culture, music, movies, TV too. It's time to explore life. It's Operation Babble time.
Oh my God, I just saw Wrinkle in Time. I am convinced everyone in Hollywood's a pedophile.
I mean, right?
Myke, have you seen this fucking nonsense? Like, I just, oh my God, I saw Giant Oprah. I saw a lot of phallic looking costumes and hairdos. Chris Pine's in it, I guess.
For about like 10 minutes total,
know.
probably, I think. Some shit like that.
That movie,
Yeah.
I don't know what it's like to do LSD or acid or shrooms, but that's got to be the equivalent. That was one of the most insane fever dreams I've ever seen in my life. Have you seen this film?
Yes.
Oh, no, because you're a 30-year-old white dude. You're not. Or no, I'm sorry. I shouldn't even ask you because Brie Larson will get mad. She's on YouTube now.
Was she in that movie?
No, she was just the fuck. She was she was the reason fucking stupid. Oh God, I'm losing my mind. I'm so mad. this fucking movie melted my brain, dude. Remember, she was the infamous quote. I don't need to know what a 30-year-old white dude thinks about A Wrinkle in Time. It wasn't made for you.
Oh yeah.
Then who the fuck was it made for? I
Why
think I
did
know
she-
who. It was made for Jeffrey Epstein fucking subscribers.
Why did
That
she
fucking
say
film
that,
is
though?
insane.
Why did she say that if she's not in the fucking movie?
Well, first of all, because she's an idiot. Two, fucking hell, dude. Like, seriously, did you know Michael Pena is in this shit? He looks like a fucking
He's
like
like
an Oopa Loopa date rapist. Like, he's wearing like a gobstopper rainbow ass suit with like multiple mustaches, and he steals a kid on a beach. This literally is just kidnapping children constant. This film is insane. It's like Child Molester the movie. I can't stand this film. It's absolutely absurd. Reese Witherspoon turns into like a celery manatee monster. Not manatee, fucking stingray.
Mhm.
Dude, fucking hell. Disney, what are you doing, man? What are you doing?
Why? So why did you watch that?
Okay, so Jay Longbone and the EFAP crew, Metal Commander, Mauler, Rags, and Fringy, so fucking shout out. They did a reacts video, so I figured, fuck it, I'll watch the film. I'll watch it. Easy enough to get, on the high seas.
Yeah.
I watched it. Fucking, I'm like about an hour in, and I'm losing my mind. I go, I don't know what's happening. This is all insane. And then I'm like, okay, so I have to turn this off. I couldn't finish it. And then I watched their reaction just like 2 hours ago, or like an hour ago, or whatever.
Okay.
And I go, this movie is absurd.
On what? This was EFAP you heard?
Yeah, EFAP movies, as they
Okay.
call it. It's essentially their riff tracks or
And-
MST3K.
So, I know
Dude,
okay.
this shit is
Go on.
insane. No, go ahead. Like my brain, dude, is recovering.
I remember when you first told me about EFAP, bro.
Yeah.
And I looked it up. The definition is for EFAP,
Yes.
the act of masturbating to a fictional character, usually a video game character.
And the reason why that's really funny is because there's already a YouTube channel where they're like really like, and don't get me wrong, I'm gonna use some trigger words, but they actually make some pretty cool videos and they get really in depth. It's called Every Frame a Painting. And it's this really kind of pretentious ass hoity-toity. Think of the themes. Here's the pictures. Here's the, all the
Very film school, like research type shit.
Exactly. A lot of film theory / like color theory and shit like that.
The color, his eyes worked so great with the color of the ocean.
Do you not understand that his eyes were blue because they are blue like we're all blue? But they actually make good videos. Don't get me wrong. They're not all great. A lot of them tend to be a little pretentious, but so these guys started doing their stuff where they would take these, and I'm sure we've talked about it before, but I figure I'll reiterate since it's probably been a few episodes. these guys sit down and take like really popular commentators like a Chris Stuckman or a Patrick Willems or a Movie Bob.
I only know who like 3 of those dudes are.
Yeah.
2 of them.
But there's a lot more. And Jenny Nicholson, if you will.
Yeah.
And they bring these videos that are very popular. They have a lot of views. They have a lot of followers, blah, blah, blah. And they pretty much just listen to the video verbatim. And if they say an entire sentence, they cut them off and go, okay, you just said that this didn't happen in the film. Or, you know what? You're not wrong. Or, you, sir, are off base. You know, it's kind of one of these things. And then they'll go off and they have a panel of sometimes 4 or 5 people. And I'm not kidding you. They literally had a panel once for The Rise of Skywalker that had like 7 people on it. 2 people from Australia, one from Wales, one from the UK, one from Boston, one from Alabama, and one from like India or the Philippines or something. So very diverse group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they got a German. Shout out to Metal Commander. I love that guy. What'd you bring me? I really like these guys because even if I don't agree with all of them, they give all these really cool perspectives, and they really put these YouTubers who only make like 10-minute videos, like turn on their camera and just riff. They don't write out scripts or do anything. It really puts these guys to task. And I think they're really highlighting this problem we have with, I think with art in general, this idea that your opinion is infallible because it's an opinion. I go, my opinion is the sky doesn't have clouds in it. And it's like, it's not a discernible fact. You know what I mean? Like that kind of shit.
Right.
You can have an opinion, but it doesn't make the I think fucking hell. I hate the fact that I might be quoting Ben Shapiro. Facts don't care about your feelings. And I've always kind of enjoyed that saying because I feel like a lot of people need to hear that lately.
Or it's like,
yeah. Well, and I make the argument if you go back and listen to like the first probably 6 or 7 of our podcasts, I think I could easily tell that to my fucking stupid ass self. Like I was being kind of a bitch about stuff all the time. The whole thing is like lately I'm just asking people to go back, especially with the lack of content coming out now when it comes to movie theaters. I mean, streaming is doing fine or whatever. The idea of going back and watching old stuff, and literally the best thing you can do right now is watch the thing that created the franchise and the thing that got rebooted in the last 5 years. So watch Predator with Arnold Schwarzenegger and watch The Predator by Shane Black.
Yeah.
Or
I still have to watch that one. I'm on the. I don't know if I want to, but I kind of want to.
You need to. It's fun. It's always kind of fun to see Hannah be invested in stuff that I didn't know she was invested in. If that makes sense, because she likes bad B movie sci-fi stuff, but we watch Arnie, and that's not B movie. That's fucking cinema. That's fucking good cinema. And then we watched the new Predator film, which I would probably classify. It's kind of like, I hate to disparage.
It's not I haven't seen it, but I still wouldn't classify the new Predator movie as a B movie. Just the same way I wouldn't classify the new Child's Play movie as a B movie, because
they were actually trying.
They were
and they had the budget, and they were trying.
It's like,
or at least you tell yourself they were trying. At least, hopefully,
it's a A-list movie that was just done really bad.
Well, I almost accidentally compared the Predator to something campy like Starship Troopers. I really like the first Starship Troopers, and I think that's an unfair comparison. But I try to tell people, I'm like, don't get me wrong, the Predator is not Sharknado, but at least Sharknado somehow knew it was retarded when they were making it.
They knew exactly what they were trying to make when they sat down to make that movie.
Absolutely, I agree.
All of
why? Like, okay, I gotta ask.
Okay,
I'm sorry to do this to you.
Uh-oh.
You're like hidden down in the corner of your frame. There is so much more of your room than you.
Here.
I'm not gonna throw. I hate to throw it out there, Mike, but I mean, people are here for you, my dude.
There we go. And the
Is that a Babu Frick shirt? No, fucking stand. Show that to the crowd. We finally. Hey! Sorry, audio listeners. He is wearing a fucking Babu Frick shirt, and let me tell you, I think Babu Frick is the coolest thing to come out of the sequel trilogy.
Oh yeah,
dead ass. Love it.
I said that last week. If people were able to hear me last week, since my audio fucking cut out.
God, when your entire setup fucking decided to commit seppuku.
Yeah.
Did I say that right? I'm sorry.
I still love the fact that it was recording off of the other like onboard mic, and it got me saying, "What the fuck?"
Oh yeah.
So I put that
I remember hearing you when you like fucking like stinged out, and then it's like, it was really funny. God, the seppuku thing. I was just sitting there. I'm like, do we have Japanese listeners? Because you pointed out something to me. And this is a pseudo humble brag, I believe.
Humble brag.
But you brought up, apparently iTunes does a weird thing with views. I didn't know this.
iTunes does. So they have their regional shit, kind of like UK iTunes, American iTunes, shit like
you
that.
can't play a certain DVD in a certain DVD player from a
Yeah.
certain country or whatever.
Apparently, if you're in like the UK on the UK iTunes site, it's kind of like Amazon. Amazon's set up the same way. They have an Amazon UK or some bullshit like that.
Absolutely. Like
so if you're
some
like,
Netflix catalogs in UK or Canada don't have certain shows. Shit like that.
Exactly. So if you're listening in like the UK, or for instance, where I saw one, someone was listening in South Africa.
Was it Trevor Noah? Oh wait, no, he lives in New York now.
And if you comment on those platforms in the United States, where we are, unfortunately, at the moment, we don't get to see those unless we go digging for those comments. They don't show up throughout the platform, which I find really fucked up for iTunes to do that. Like if someone's commenting on the podcast or the music or the movie, it should show across the board. So everybody everywhere can see diverse opinions about the whatever they are reviewing, you know. It'd be nice to see what, you know, UK people or South African people or whatever think about our art for somebody who's looking at our art in the United States and being like, oh, so
I like that you call our shit art.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
It's art. Look at the red backlighting.
Look at the red backlighting. Oh my god, it's accent light. It's so gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
Yeah, so I found that very interesting. I took a screenshot of that comment, but I don't know where the fuck I put it. So that was kind of cool. And I'm kind of happy for that one. That was a comment that I didn't see until like this week, and it was from like fucking November, December or some shit. So that's gonna be some digging for me to actually find people who are commenting. Oh shit, no wait, no, that's that one. We have one from 22 hours ago.
Really?
And I don't.
Is it a 1-star? Do we suck? Where's it from? Where'd you say it was from?
It's on the American iTunes site. At least it's on the podcast app. Anyways, do we really not have anything else to talk about besides our own fucking shit?
I know we're fucking narcissists, but come on, let's go because I'm actually curious.
So it's from Stream Fiend, someone named Stream Fiend. 22 hours ago, so almost a day ago from here, about 2 days from when this drops. Great effing F, comma, N. Enthusiasm from these two. I love that Myke, he spelled my name wrong, or she spelled my name wrong. It has a Y, not an I, guys, but thank you. I love that Myke is not afraid to be open about anything, even if John makes fun of movies he likes. I would love to hear more of Myke's movie opinions.
I agree. Maybe
COVID has hurt those, but it's still enjoyable because I think we were talking more movie shit before COVID happened too. John has a good on-air character, and I enjoy that these two don't always agree and have opposite insights. as to why or why not on all topics, movies and TV. Let's try to steer away from. Aw, man.
Aw, what did I do?
Let's try to steer away from that Arrowverse stuff, though, boys. It's starting to get redundant.
To be fair,
I
to be
agree.
fair, we are getting away from it. But I'm sorry, when Batwoman season 2 comes up, you
Right.
better fucking believe we are coming back with a hard resurgence.
And then they say, "Ha!" Like they laughed at their own joke. Keep up the great podcast, and I can't wait to see where you are a year from now. Aw, thank you, Stream Fiend. So that's kind of cool.
That
I
is
like
nice.
it. I like
And,
it.
and I always appreciate it. Sounds really dumb, but
And
we
that was
don't.
a 5-star review too.
Hey, fucking humble brag.
Even though we're redundant with Arrowverse.
I know we suck. Come on, guy. You don't have to be super nice. You could have given us a 4.5. No, it's actually really funny because surprisingly, usually when you get a comment like a 5-star, and especially with like a lot of stuff I've seen on YouTube, especially with like music videos or songs, it's usually like a 1-sentence thing, like "good job, wait, oh, can't wait to hear more." Blah, blah,
Right.
blah.
Audio good. Bang bang.
Bang bang. Me hit stick.
I like the breakdown ones.
Yeah, I love that stuff. And I always tell people, again, fucking if you hate something or you love something, have 3 examples in your pocket. Just have them. And people go, "Well, but it's my opinion." I'm like, that's fine. Have your opinion. But if you can back it up, that's where the conversation comes in.
Oh, yeah.
If we can talk about a scene, that's what makes it special. That's where the conversation comes, and that's where brainstorming and looking to the future and creating content or being an imaginative really, really starts to excel. I'd like to give you a weird anecdote that I had from
I said
from yesterday.
Okay.
Me and this guy at Poe, I want to say it was at Poe 40 or something like that. Great guy. He's like a fan of another stream.
Code
and
04.
04. Thank you. Follow him. He's great. Really nice guy. Really loves DC stuff. Pretty much just loves nerdy shit.
Yeah. Don't we all?
Yeah. Right. Well, I figure that's why you're talking to our dumbasses. Or listening. Sorry. What? It's fine. I'm having a stroke. I was talking to him and we talked about Aquaman forever, and everybody kind of knows where I land on that, and he likes it. But we talked about, oh boy, not as much as Amber Heard did. Hope she didn't shit in the ocean. Oh man, let's not do that. But and I did it anyway. We actually talked about the film, and it was a lot of fun. To where we talked about, because he liked Justice League, which, calm down, internet. People can like stuff. But we both agreed that we thought it was stupid to have Aquaman, his solo film, be canonical with the aftermath of Justice League. Right. I felt the idea, like, if you're going to do this, make it be a prequel. Especially because he's supposed to become the king and do all this stuff and blah, blah, blah.
He fucking has the stuff in Justice League. Are you shitting me, dude? Come on.
Well, and then it's funny because he goes, "Well, is it canonical?" I go, there's literally a scene where Mira talks about Steppenwolf.
Yeah.
And I go, yes. If you just cut that scene, you could literally play it off, headcanon even, as a fan, and go, I know it came out after, but there's nothing that says this happened beforehand or afterward. So we can just pretend it happened beforehand.
Well, you still can't even pretend it happened beforehand because of the scene in Justice League when he comes back into Atlantis.
But I'm just saying, for all we know, the Aquaman movie could have happened because he's the king now, even though his armor looks completely different.
Well,
Justice League.
But in Justice League, when he goes down into Atlantis to help fight off Steppenwolf real quick for the mother box, Mira again, she's full of fucking dialogue just to explain what's going on. She loves that exposition shit. She's talking to him and telling him about, you're meant to be here and you should take your mother's place and blah 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 blah. And yeah, So
but it was a nice conversation to have with the guy. It's like we were pointing out things we didn't like,
Right.
but he goes, I still enjoy it. And I go, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because like one of the examples I give is Batman and Robin, because I know it's and we both like X-Men Origins Wolverine. I don't know if you actually do, but he does. And we talked about that, and it's like the movie's kind of fucking retarded, but like they had do some really iconic stuff in it, like the war transition at the beginning. And
there's
stuff.
really no Fox X-Men franchised movie that I
nailed it.
can't find enjoyable.
Oh, I don't know.
Like,
Last Stand's pretty rough.
But I still find it enjoyable that they take the risk on showing all these different mutants. I loved seeing the mutants. I
enjoyed the fan servicey stuff. Yeah, I could kind of see it. You know, fucking Fraser Crane being fucking Beast. Like fucking Kelsey Grammer being fucking Beast. Yeah, I can kind of see that.
I mean, we did get a very crappy version of the Juggernaut in that one compared to what we got in Deadpool 2. Mm-hmm. But I mean, you know, can't win them all, guys.
Yes. So yeah, that was just my big thing. It's just, I think, again, because we had examples, even though we hated stuff, we didn't start yelling at each other, and we're just talking about the scenes. And when you get to break down a scene, you think about all this new stuff that wasn't there. And could it potentially change your mind and maybe make you hate a film? Yeah, absolutely. But it's like, maybe I don't like sugar as much as I did when I was an 8-year-old. That's not true because I'm fat as hell. But, the whole thing is that you give a couple of conversations, you learn a couple of things, and you go, okay, maybe that's not. Kevin Spacey's a great example.
Wait, what?
Some new information comes to light.
Why are we talking about Spacey now?
I know. I'm just being a bad person. I was being hyperbolic. To a point where
heard the Kevin Spacey news.
I love that. That was pun bearable. No, just the idea, just to remember, if new shit comes to light, you don't have to hate something, but having a new perspective is cool. It's neato pants.
I still can't.
You'll never get me to like Birds of Prey. I'm sorry. I love you.
I understand, like, new information, whatever, kind of changes some people's opinions. But I am not going to go and watch like American Beauty and have a completely different insight on that movie, even though it matched.
I'm sorry. The only reason why I have to disagree is because of the actual content in the film.
Yeah.
Like, I think 7 might have been a better example, or The Usual Suspects.
Yeah. Well, granted, I'm not going to go watch American Beauty again anyways. I didn't enjoy that movie.
I did. I actually found it to be extremely
Wasn't that the one with the floaty bad
with the
guy?
roses? Or no, but not only, no, the camera bad dude. Guy. I thought you said bad guy, because when you said that, I thought about not another teen movie. The fucking weirdo with the
yeah.
I thought about the parody before I thought about the
maybe
actual.
That's what I was thinking of, the parody version of that guy. Yeah.
But yes, it is from that film. The iconic one for me is what's her face with the rose petals all over her.
The chick from American Pie.
It's like is it American Pie? I thought it was like Mina Savari or some shit.
No, she's the one that Casanova hooks up with. What the fuck is her name in the American Pie movies? I am forgetting all my American Pie shit.
You're a bad person. What about Cherry Pie?
But yeah, the scene where she's like laying in the pile of the thingies, rose petals that you're talking about. Let's see, it's Chris Klein was the one who hooked up with her in American Pie. I'm trying to remember her name. Heather in American Pie. Mina Suvari.
Yeah, I told you. I knew I was right.
Apparently she played in the Final Fantasy games too. Or voice acted, sorry.
There we go. There you go.
There.
I'm just like, I'm stuck on my phone trying to see what I fucking.
Dude, she's doing so much work still, man. She's got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 things. No, 6 things in post production.
Why did I just hear the
was
fucking
that?
Why did I just hear the Addams Family theme in my fucking? Can we stop with auto playing videos on every app ever of all time? Could you just not internet? Could you stop that?
But that's the fun thing. Like everybody wants autoplay.
Nothing better than when your phone accidentally just Bluetooths to your fucking car, and all of a sudden you hear your last porn URL just start playing in your car.
Okay, so you were talking about reviews.
No, I wasn't.
Being
No,
like
I wasn't.
a 1 or 2 word thing or 3.
No, fuck you.
One sentence.
Don't fucking put words in my mouth, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, no, you're right. What?
You really see that being utilized on Letterboxd. I've noticed.
I've noticed you're not a huge fan lately.
I've seen it done on like Rotten Tomatoes as well by just like generic people. But Letterboxd, because when I write a review on Letterboxd, I haven't written one in a while. Mainly because I really haven't written.
Am I gonna have to drop the fucking grammar hammer on you right now?
Wrote in one.
Oh my god.
I wrote in.
I thought we were friends.
Well,
okay,
guess what? The legends went back in time and changed some
God
grammar shit.
Damn it, Webster. Merriam-Webster, can you get your shit together? Okay, sorry. I apologize.
So I haven't written on that site.
I mean, anyways, guys.
Anyways, for a while, mainly because I haven't really watched a movie that I've just felt like I wanted to write about. I'm not gonna be that guy that just writes about every single movie.
Single film. Yes, I agree.
I don't even think I did one for Birds of Prey.
Which is surprising because I could see you defending that relatively well.
But I don't want to try and defend it. Like I shouldn't. I don't know. I feel if I'm defending it too much, then I'm just not enjoying it enough.
I could see that.
Like I should be.
It's like you're almost justifying the fact that you actually enjoy it. Yeah, I feel you.
Yeah. But like you go on there, and of course, a lot of stuff I've been watching is TV shows, and you can't do TV show reviews on Letterboxd. It's only for movies, and sometimes miniseries. But like you go on there, and here's a comment. I'll read this. This is for the Green Lantern Ryan Reynolds movie. Guess how many words it is?
45.
5 words.
What?
It says, "Hell yeah, I love Daredevil." What the fuck is that? The one after it. Exactly. Terrible movie, but so entertaining.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So
my man.
Actually, I would yeah. No, I'm not gonna go there. Oh fuck yeah. But yeah, there's a bunch of different ones. Like I remember commenting or saying something on the podcast too before about the Impractical Jokers movie where this one chick was just like, it's a bunch of bro dudes thinking that they're funny or some shit like that. And it's just like, that's not a review. That's just like your takeaway. That's still not a review of an actual film. Like I don't understand why people think a review only is like 2 sentences or 3 sentences or.
And this was on Letterboxd.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I totally agree with you. Letterboxd feels more like actually write a review, like pretend, quote unquote.
Yeah.
Pretend, that air quotes. Sorry, audio people.
I'm going to utilize it just to get more written stuff out there, and then I'll probably take my written stuff and put it somewhere else later.
Well, Letterboxd feels like a place to actually be long form and actually try to be quote unquote legitimate. Right. While like I understand it, like Rotten Tomatoes or like just basic ass like even on the AMC website or something, giving a 5-star and going fucking loved it. It's like okay, or like the normies
IMDb,
are nailing it.
IMDb does that. You can go on IMDb and rate the
exactly.
Review it or whatever,
or even like I'll even maybe give you Rotten Tomatoes. I think that's why they tried to do like the certified thing, like certified reviewers and shit like that, which pseudo counterproductive. I think it's the same thing as like having a check mark or being verified on Instagram or Twitter. Some people actually, it's almost like a detriment at this point. When it comes to Letterboxd, people who are actually willing to actually write it out, and please fucking fix your grammar because I suck at it, so if you could at least do better than me, that'd be great.
especially if you're writing it out, there's no reason
You
that
have
you
time.
You
You
have,
have time.
plenty of time. You're not on especially for like a letterbox site. You're not on a deadline for your website to get the review out before the next morning or some shit, you know.
Yeah.
You're not working for Entertainment Weekly or oh God, there's so many fucking pop culture sites now that do reviews, so it's hard to keep up with any of them. But yeah, there's no reason that they shouldn't be able to have 0 spelling errors. First of all, you're typing it up on the computer. Your computer has autocorrect. Come on.
Yep. Well, not only that, I mean, again, you again are not on a time limit.
Right.
Just redraft one time, at least once. Give yourself
Yep.
one redraft.
Yep. I 100% agree. Each one I wrote, I actually typed it up on Letterbox, but then I would copy and paste it somewhere else because I was like, no, I'm not gonna send this out yet, and I wanted to look at it and shit. I mean, when I say go through and like review it and do a second draft or some shit, like I'm not saying take 5 days on it. You know, you can do that in like an hour or two. It shouldn't take you an hour to write an entire review, so you should be able to write it and then edit it in that same time. Take a break. I don't care. What the fuck am I talking about? Why am I talking about this? I don't even know.
No. But I mean, think about this. It's really funny because some of the people that I follow on YouTube lately, they've started doing something that I really enjoy. Something that usually a lot of the reviewers, people want the negative stuff. It's a lot easier to find the negatives in something, I think, because nowadays with films, it's like, let's be fair, an iPhone in your pocket can shoot 4K. So making a pretty image is not as difficult as it used to be.
No.
But making a dynamic image that really suits the context and really suits the story is a little more difficult.
I would
Come on,
say,
man. Like if you go and wait for golden hour outside and put a 4K camera there, you can make something look.
Because I was gonna say you can have a great fucking camera, but if your lighting sucks, it's still gonna be a sucky image.
And I will always hold steadfast to the idea it's about the person behind the camera, not the camera itself.
Right.
Again, I'll always say Clerks is in black and white and it looks like shit, but it's iconic.
Yeah.
Now that being said, if you hang your hat on the production value of it looked pretty, we need to go a little farther because I feel like we can get there. We can get there no matter what. At that point, why not just animate it? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, you know, they did that with Lion King.
I don't understand why they're just not making a shitload of animations right now. I mean, I understand the process takes long, but why aren't they just working on that?
Wow, Michael. That's a fucking... Why is there not a fucking headline on Screen Rant about that? Like, where are all my fucking cartoons right now?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, let's be fair. Half of these actors could probably have a setup in their house.
Well, yeah, they do. Because Kevin Smith is doing that He-Man show. For Netflix. They literally just finished up recording their stuff. Like Mark Hamill finished up his stuff and all that crap.
Mike,
I believe they're doing it at home because Kevin Smith is like, all I did was watch them on the computer at home to do their voice work.
You legitimately just blew my mind. That was my mind fucking shooting smoke out of my ears.
It doesn't make sense in the day and age where South Park can fucking make a show in a week.
Yeah.
Granted, their animation style is like stop motion programming, but it's still using a computer to do it.
Yeah.
Why not?
But seriously, but when you break it down to what do we need? We need performers. Who are the performers? Voice actors.
Yeah. But you don't even need them until the animation.
You put them in their own room. They're fine.
Yeah.
Sanitize it. You're good. Don't have them touch nothing. You're fine.
You just send them the equipment. Dude. Send them the microphone.
But again, usually an established voice actor has all the equipment.
Yeah, that's true.
That is true. I know, like Tara Strong has. I think Tara Strong. I think Mark Hamill. I think there's a couple other people who actually have little sound studios to
that
make
would make
pitches and
sense.
shit like that.
Yeah.
Because
I
even
could
if they're
see-
not actually recording for something, they do it for auditions.
Right.
You just fucking blew my mind, dude. Like, yeah, why do we not have an abundance of cartoons? Like,
Yeah.
this should be.
Well, they keep
where,
selling us, here's a release date for this movie and this movie and this movie, and I'm just like, we could have
They want to stay
so
relevant.
much cartoon stuff. Like, you could be producing it right now, because even when you get back into making shit, it doesn't. I don't know. It's one of those things that I don't see why that they don't just keep producing it, at least writing anything right now. So yeah, I don't know. Here's the other thing too. Besides just animation shit, or it's kind of goes with it too. And of course, I love the show Impractical Jokers, right?
Yeah. Oh,
they
God.
literally can't do their show. They literally cannot do their show. But they designed a show that they can do and be in their own houses. So now they do.
Bear with me.
Okay.
You like Impractical Jokers.
Yes.
Weird scenarios. This actually reminds me of something that a lot of podcasts do. Ricky Gervais did this with Carl Pilkington and for the love of me, Stephen Merchant.
Okay.
They did their podcasts. Rooster Teeth did it actually a couple of times with their RT podcast. I think Game Grumps and like everybody loves Cyanide and Happiness. The idea of taking audio content that's already been made, so like essentially like I kind of did it with the Men in Black International rant that I had with the in our podcast, where I made a nice little like clip video because of it. I go, why aren't people doing more of that shit? Like maybe repurposing old stuff and like creating the animation or like again, like I seriously, Mike, I can't get over how right you are about why are there not an abundance of animated shit? This would be a really good chance to resurge either maybe old content, like Rocko's Modern Life tried to do it like a year or two back, or just start making new stuff, which I guess I could make the argument we are, like you're seeing like Lower Decks and a couple of
but that's stuff that they were already producing before any of this happened.
Yeah.
So we're finally getting the stuff that they've been working on.
Yeah, versus something actually being either
just
announced or developed.
Yeah. Just like have like a make me a fucking adult cartoon dealing with the COVID situation.
Or where's fucking Disney Plus with their Marvel Universe? Make me a Daredevil cartoon.
Yeah.
Or make me a Punisher cartoon.
Give me my fucking Howard the Duck cartoon that you guys promised and then took away, you little bastards.
Kevin Smith 100% should write that with, I would probably say, Tim Miller, even though
he was supposed to. He was supposed to be the showrunner.
Can I say that Tim Miller fucked me over with fucking Terminator Dark Fate, but I enjoyed the first Deadpool, so I will give him a fucking pass.
But no, like back to like what the Impractical Joker guys are doing.
Yeah, I was gonna say I could see them doing animated shit with that.
Well, no, they're not even doing that because their show, I don't know how they're gonna.
What was the dinner one you were talking about?
It's the dinner party show.
Yeah,
is what they're doing now, and it's a 4-cam setup. The studio sent them their own shit to set up in their houses, and they shoot it, and then they just edit it all together and do it that way. So when you're watching it, it looks like a fucking Skype conversation because that's how they're shooting it. But they're shooting it each on their individual cameras with their individual sound and everything like that. So they can
it's like a POV and it just cuts around. Like, do you remember that 70s show where they would do the thing?
Right. No, it's not like that. So they do like the 4-cam 1, 2, 3, 4 because there's 4 of the guys. So it's kind of like a Skype video where there's 4 people. But then if there's like, oh, we want to shoot in on this guy because he's talking and saying something really funny, we want to show his facial features, they'll go just to his cam or to other cam, or they'll put them on the sides and do kind of like what they do with StreamYard and shit like that on YouTube live videos and stuff.
Gotcha.
Except I'm guaranteed they spend a lot more time because they're editing it.
Right. You mean like Brie Larson's fucking YouTube page?
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I made it topical. I didn't mean to.
But I don't understand why more networks aren't doing stuff like that. Like that's on True TV.
because they're not creative.
TBS is doing the one where
Yes.
they got like Kevin Smith, Ja Rule, and some other people doing
it's like
shorts.
comedy, doing comedians or actors doing celebrities do fun
show
or something.
off or
Yeah, I think that's called because Kevin Hart's doing something like that too, which looks interesting. You have Quibi.
Quibi is what Kevin Hart was doing.
No, Kevin Hart is actually making like a thing like it's like he takes celebrity couples and they do like challenges and stuff.
Okay.
That actually looks relatively clever. It looks fun.
I can see this is the day and age where like more of that reality based shit is gonna take off again.
I know, what a fucking circle, man.
It's like, man, we just got away from it. Like, give me
but the
back
worst
my
part is
TV.
like, but like the worst part is there's going to be no producers and a lot of people floating in the room and like actually like streamlining it and creating the drama. It'll be more personal, like personable, and like more like engaging.
It will be more realistic.
But at the problem, I think that could maybe be a detriment.
Yeah,
I've always told people, I'm like, this big problem we have with celebrity culture is that we hook ourselves to them so quickly. Like even like we value their opinions more than educated people who do certain things. Like we would take the opinion of an actor that we've known for a couple of decades versus a politician who went to college and school and has studied for like 10 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When it comes to that. And I hate to make it political, but I'm more just trying to prove a point where like if Chris Evans makes a political post, you're going to see that blow up way faster than if this like 24-year-old who has a master's in economics talking about why this thing didn't work.
Well, that's like, why they utilize...
well, you're a fucking kid.
Yeah, that's why they utilize celebrities when it's election time.
It's absolutely a smart move.
100% what they do. I think it's right. Personally, I don't think that's
I'm
right
thing to do. I'm going to go with
a
hard no, because you're graying the lines.
You're just
removing validity.
It's very manipulative to younger people who are just now getting into politics and shit.
And
I
absolutely agree 100%. With that too. Yeah, I absolutely agree with that.
Whether you agree with whatever stance they are on,
I don't care what side you're on. I'm talking more about the idea of if you're left or right, I don't care. If somebody supports, if you see somebody wearing a MAGA hat and you're immediately like, they're the dumbest person I ever met, it's like, we got to calm down.
But you didn't actually meet them; you just saw them. So
exactly, you saw the hat. So it's don't get me wrong, hat's annoying to me. I'm one of those dudes. The hat does bug me. But my issue is more, I don't like the fact, and this is me self-hating. I don't like the fact that fucking has an impact on me. Not even to the point where I think I hate them. It's like I worry about them. Like I'm worried for them. Or like even if somebody wore a Black Lives Matter shirt or something like that, I go, I appreciate you saying what you want to say. I don't like the idea that now that I'm worried for you walking down the street, and that should not be the case. I don't want anyone to get hurt physically. Emotionally, you can fucking sleep it off. We're on the internet. I don't give a fuck about your emotions. But like, I don't think anybody should be physically hurt for wearing something unless you are really causing harm or panic.
Yeah.
Like, look, don't get me wrong. Like wearing a swastika band in the middle of the fucking road is probably not a smart move. But do I think you should just run up and punch him in the face?
However, there has to be, I will say it has to be context within it, because there was a guy running for office up in Ohio.
Oh, and welcome to the political part of the podcast. Sorry, everybody, but
we're
going to do this.
Political, but like this guy was running for office in Ohio, and he was like so ahead in the polls and shit like that. And I don't know if it was like a local government or state government position. I don't recall. I just know the story behind it. He was winning, and then pictures of him wearing the swastika came out.
Yes.
And everyone just like turned on him and this and that. Well, it turned out he was in a reenactment, and it was his reenactment costume. And but still, after that came out, no, people still were just like, "Oh no, he shouldn't be wearing that." I was like, "It's a reenactment costume. He was literally on his way home from the reenactment. You're being fucking stupid." Like, I don't care. It's like, oh. Now there are some costumes you shouldn't wear in public from reenactments, but if he was in his own damn car, come on, like, whatever. I don't know. I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know. But again, my main thing is I don't feel it's okay to use celebrities on any side to push a political agenda because they have too much control over the younger mindset. So yeah, I feel it's kind of like psychological warfare politically that you're playing on younger generations when you do that stuff, especially when you have somebody who was known for playing Captain America, and then he's just like, but we're only gonna like this side of America, not the whole country.
Well, and it's just like when you put your stock in an actor who's playing something so iconic like Captain America, then he's in Knives Out and he plays the biggest dickhead in the world. And of course, Chris Evans wants to act and he wants to do this role.
Grant, he was always a big dick in most of his movies before he was Captain America.
Well,
he does it so great.
Well, he kind of reminds me of Ryan Reynolds. He does the cockiness. Don't forget, he was the first. Was it Human Torch? And he was awesome. He did a great job as Johnny Storm, and
he was also the dickhead boyfriend in Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, Scott Pilgrim, or another teen movie yet again, where he wore the Varsity Blues whipped cream stuff.
Whipped cream bikini.
Man, I wish I looked that good. But seriously, like at the end of the day, it's like, man, these stop putting that value on these people. Like if they go to school and they and I'm even kind of a guy who nowadays I'm like, even be wary of college.
Right.
Like nowadays, like having a trade for a job is probably more beneficial than anything else, like being a plumber or a mechanic or engineer or a fucking, you know what I mean? Like a foreman, like building shit.
But we all want to be actors and make movies and
we all want to be
art.
Special. When is
everybody needs to pay attention to me? My clout numbers are down. I need to do something on OnlyFans.
God damn it, you beat me to it. You saw me gearing up for it. I was like, I'm building, I'm super saying. I'm gonna be right there, and you fucking got me, dude. Well done. No, you fucking 100% nailed it on the head, man. You fucking nailed it. Absolutely.
I mean, I say that as I'm like one of those people who's just
we're totally hypocrites. Yeah. No, we can both fucking burn in hell. It's fine. No, but dead ass though. Self-awareness is something that I feel like a lot of people lack.
Right.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna fucking ask you to smash a like button or eat my butt.
Smash that subscribe button, guys. No! Hit the notification bell. Like everything. Hit the Patreon. Get my numbers up so I can become a partner on YouTube and go over to John's site too and smash that like button and make sure you show love and
yes, we are making fun of our friends, but at the same time, again, I want to bring a light more to people who already have made it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And fucking cry and bitch about like, I have 25,000 subscribers, but oh man, I did a 6-hour stream and people are mad at me.
Hey,
I'm a dick.
Don't forget, the affiliate links are down in the description below.
Oh shit. Run the affiliates away. I don't know. There's just something sad about somebody being like, oh, why is nobody super chatting me? It's like, I don't know, maybe make better fucking content. How about that?
And super chat, for people that don't know, is when you pay, right? To
it's a YouTube
thing. Send the comment out.
You have to have so many watch hours. I think it's like 4,000 watch hours. Like, so essentially
4,000
over the
watch
span of
hours,
time,
and you have to have
people have
1,000
watched your
subs.
content, and you need 1,000 subscribers to your YouTube channel.
It's the same criteria you need to have to get monetization.
Yeah, and I think and something pseudo close to that with like Twitch to be like a partner as they call them.
Yeah.
And
which you get bits. You get biddies.
Bits. Bitties.
I drop biddies to people all the time on Twitch.
And shout out to Metal Commander. No, I'm with you. Dude, go check out Metal Commander. I love that guy. He's a German with a heart of gold.
Yeah.
Would you bring me?
I'm gonna try and get on what do they call them, the groups that they have within Twitch. Like you can get into like a group on there.
Orgies.
And shit. Yeah, orgy. A Twitch orgy.
A tworgy,
they just twitch around. And
oh no! Don't do that. No.
I can do that. I'm epileptic.
Oh. Everyone, I have an e-card. I have an epileptic card. I always forget you actually are epileptic. Like okay, so I gotta ask how. Oh God, such a fucking tangent. I'm sorry, podcast. No, because I've always been curious. We've been friends for what now? 9 years? It's been a while. 2011, I want to say.
2010.
Fuck me, dude.
Late 2010. Yeah, it was late.
Can you
2010.
fuck off? Like, can we not be friends anymore? Can we just?
All right,
no,
peace.
No, wait. Can we talk about The Last Jedi for about 10 minutes, and then you'll just end the stream and we'll never talk again.
Oh no!
Don't be a fucking.
Actually,
that word.
if we want to talk about a movie,
all right.
I watched
No. We were about to keep that in your brain. Write it down on a notepad. No, we were about to get deep. We want to open up. We want to open up the world a little bit. So you're epileptic.
Yeah.
That is interesting because I'm an actual perfect human. I'm a perfect specimen. That's why I'm so fat, because I'm filled with superiority.
All that hair. Oh yeah, that's right.
Oh man, why are you such a bully? So I was curious, like, so especially when it comes to media, you actually see a lot of stuff. And lately, fucking hate to make it Star Wars, they were actually epilepsy warnings for the Rise of Skywalker because of the Exegol scene at the beginning. Did you have an issue with that? And maybe like what kind of films do you find yourself having? The original Alien did some strobe shit that was really up.
So lately I've noticed they have to put those warnings on almost every fucking thing.
Just
period.
For the sake of it.
Most horror movies have some type of epileptic thing. All video games have it on there.
Wow, really?
Every single video game, if you look on the back, it says might cause epileptic seizures or some bullshit like that. Just because of the frame rate that the game's moving at, it can cause it to happen sometimes, especially
because your eyes are.
Yeah, especially a lot of the first-person shooter games, which is fucking weird because I get motion sick pretty easy now that I'm older with the epilepsy, but I can play the VR system and have zero issues.
Just to date you, how old are you right now?
Fuck.
I know, right? Math is the worst.
33.
I'm 33, I believe.
I think I'm 33. I'll be 34 soon.
Okay.
But I got epilepsy when I was 14. Like, that's when I was diagnosed with.
So it's, I was going to say, I was like, is that something you can just get, or is it something you're born with?
We're thinking I fucked something up in my brain. I flipped over my bike without
too many Ninja Turtle cartoons.
Put my arms up over my head. That's how I broke my arm too when I was a kid.
Jesus Christ, what are you doing?
And then it wasn't until like a few months later, almost a whole year probably, that I started having seizures. But my fucking arm was the worst part of that accident. Granted, I mean, still have the fucking seizures.
Yeah. I was gonna say, I was like, I think your arm still works, but I
remember when I broke my arm because I had this black
priorities. I couldn't jerk off as good as I used to.
Wrong arm. I
learned another thing about you today.
Black and blue and gray WWE SmackDown shirt, I believe it was on. It was a tank top. So I used that as a sling to get home, and I just got back on my bike and started going home. I just thought I fucked my arm up, it just hurt. I get home, and my mom's a nurse and shit. Yeah, you broke your arm. Let's go to the ER. Went to the ER. They didn't do shit for me. Like, they gave me some painkillers that didn't do anything.
Oh,
I slept.
You're a kid. You'll heal.
As a kid, I slept for a whole fucking week with a broken arm on the bed like this, and like it was literally snapped. You could see out of place for an entire week. It was starting to heal by itself. By the time I got to the bone person to place it, so they had to re-break. They had to re-break it and then place it again. So,
I believe that's the orthopedic.
Orthopedic, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm a basic human. Come on.
Shout out to fucking Terrence. So I gotta ask. Okay, so now,
oh, and then I also broke that same arm, the same spot again, as I was
tapping too hard. No, wait.
No, I was trying to get a screw out of the wall that was like stripped. So yeah.
Oh, I turned the fucking screw too hard. I broke my arm. Is that really what happened?
Did a hairline fracture, yeah. And then I got another hairline fracture in it when I freshman year of high school. I went to play football, and they had the freshman against the junior team.
So you're just a pussy.
Or no, the senior, the varsity team, and the helmet went right in there and shattered it again. So this arm has been broken like 3 times in the same fucking spot.
Damn. So then, okay, so your non-FAP arm is healed. So I'm curious, because I don't know how many. Oh my god, yeah. Always check the bulb here. You know who the winner is. So I'm curious.
Yeah.
And you don't got to do it on a personal level, but I imagine with media, you do probably have a moment of consciousness, like watching stuff, like knowing, like maybe could this trigger me? How often? Like, and if you want me to shut up and stop asking questions, feel free.
No,
I'm just really curious. Like, how often does it happen? Like, how bad is it? When maybe was the
be surprised with movies, especially at home. I really don't care a whole lot. In the theaters, might be depending on how bad the strobes are, and that's not necessarily that's going to give me a seizure, but like I just feel woozy from it.
But not only that, just being in like a not home. Like I mean, if you're at home and that happens, your wife probably knows how to take care of you. / you just call 911, be done with it.
She'll just be like,
"It'll be fine. Fuck them.
Be good.
All right, who wants dinner?
Roll on your side.
Somebody put ice cream and milk on him. He'll make us a shake."
But no, the only place that really I would say that affects me the most is probably like theme parks. You go into those indoor roller coasters and shit like that.
Yeah.
And they're always
so weird question, because I obviously don't know.
All weird questions, but okay.
Oh, you're welcome. So is it just visual stimulus or can you get it from auditory? So like you were talking about going to like a theme park,
right?
Like maybe being overstimulated by like being in line and hearing a bunch of conversations and
I don't know so when I'm out in public, it's really weird. And I've tried to explain it to other people, and my wife just thinks I'm fucking crazy. But she's
don't worry, same.
When we're in public, I start picking up everybody's voices. Like my brain tries to focus on everyone's
You like turn into fucking Daredevil for like 2 minutes,
something like that. I think that I've used that as an example, and people just like roll their fucking eyes at me. I'm just like, no, like I'm serious, like because my brain, because the epilepsy is usually caused because of an extensive amount of electricity running through your brain.
Yeah.
So that's
overstimulus,
right? Yeah. So it's like my brain is constantly trying to grab on everything. Plus, I'm ADHD on top of it all. So I'm always like jumping from thing to thing anyways. So I'm always like trying to concentrate. Not that I give a fuck what these people are saying.
Yes.
My brain is just
it's just I'm noticing it.
He's Batman. Like type of shit or something, you know?
It's like I fucking knew it.
So
he got a fast pass before me. Fuck that guy. No, okay. So that's interesting. Yeah, so it's probably just a stimuli thing. Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah. But I've never had any seizures due to lights or sounds or anything. I used to fucking listen to Rob Zombie and rock out in a strobe light, dude, when I was like 19, 20 years old. Come on. Or the
No,
let the bodies hit the floor.
no, I totally feel you. Like, there was something I never before I moved to Florida.
Yeah.
I never had a panic attack before, and
Florida will definitely do that to you.
I know, right? Shout out to fucking Florida, man. No, I just like I started getting depressed and things were happening and things were building up and the position I was trying to do in film school, I was trying to direct and do script doctoring. I'm not a big script writer because I don't have a ton of confidence in building from the ground up.
Right.
But I'm a guy who feels like I can jump in, look at a script and go, okay, where's the motivation here? What's going on here? Do this, and then you give it to somebody who's better with words and stuff like that. I don't think I can write the script, but I think I can push it in a direction that I think could be
you can give the better insight into what you think.
Essentially, I can criticize it to a point, and I think people take criticism as I fucking hate all of it, and it's like, no, just fix these pieces. And if we're missing these pieces to this puzzle, can we make them better and make
or
these
worse,
pieces work?
Because sometimes there are people out there that just, hey, you should do this, and then the writer does that, and it makes it worse.
Exactly, and that's why I think people forgot that movies creation wise were a team effort. So hopefully we get back to that.
That's why I really like, I'm sorry to jump in, but I really
go
like
ahead.
movies that have like a brother sister or brother or sister team ups for directors, because then you have two. Sometimes it's good.
Yeah, dude. We're just seeing it lately, and it's working. Well, like the Russo brothers, for example.
Brothers. You had the Wachowski brothers. Now Wachowskis. They don't call them brothers anymore.
Yeah, sister brother. I believe
they don't say them. They don't say.
It's Lana Wachowski, I believe, is now the name.
They're both female now.
Oh, they both transitioned.
Yes,
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why you
Matrix 4 is good.
That's why you can't see Wachowski brothers anywhere else anymore.
Don't do it.
But like you had them, you have the Russos. In horror, we have the Soska sisters, which are fucking awesome.
They're awesome.
I love those two.
They are awesome.
I think the first movie they did that I had seen was See No Evil 2, which was the Kane horror movie.
Yep.
And it was fucking awesome. I was like, I need to learn.
I want them to make a chupacabra. I want them to make a chupacabra film, like really bad. It sounds really dumb, but I want like a South American fucking chupacabra film, like really bad.
They're what was it? Is it Bloody Mary or American Mary?
Yes,
it's fucking awesome. I think that's what it's called.
And I don't even like gore, and I'll watch some of that stuff. I gotta. They're a little more tame, but they're still. They're not my cup of tea. Right. They never have been. Hannah's more into the horror stuff, so pretty much what happens is October, she pretty much tortures me with shit. She thinks it's funny. Yeah. We have a gameplay of Layers of Fear that I think I lost, sadly, or I fucking lost my shit. It was really funny. But yeah, fucking overstimuli. I can get that in this day and age. Fucking hell. Yeah. With the internet and movies and music and all that stuff. Wake me up.
Okay.
I feel like I'm dragging. What do we got? What's the next thing?
I was just looking at this. Where? Wait, I just saw it. Oh no, that's just a different one. All right. I went down the rabbit hole for a second of their films. The Soska sisters. I suggest everyone follow them on Instagram and Twitter. Yeah. Anyways, I watched a movie yesterday, John. A new movie.
From the stretchy sounds in your voice and the scariness, and it seems like I'm gonna go with you were disappointed with what you saw.
Guess what movie it is? Just guess. It came out this year.
Oof.
But it didn't come out in theaters. And it's not an original of any of the streaming services.
Okay. So brand new film released on a streaming service.
No. It's not released on the streaming service.
Oh.
I don't believe it is. Anyways, we got it from Redbox.
Oh, okay. Oof. Oh man. How would I?
But it was
ever
released
forget?
this year, and it wasn't in theaters either.
Give me an actor.
I don't know. Okay.
You really don't even. You
it was
watched the
animation.
film.
It was Mark Wahlberg. There you go.
Oh, okay. Something about the zoo. The family who bought a zoo.
That wasn't this year. That was like last year, dude.
I don't know. It was fucking. Actually, I think it was like 4 years ago. I don't even know.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's an old movie.
I don't know, dude. This is a terrible question. I hate you. What do you? What do you watch?
I mean, it has a dog in it.
John Wick 5.
Mark Wahlberg, a dog.
Oh, Doggo the Poggo.
Jinkies.
Wait, Mark Wahlberg was in Scoob?
Yeah.
Are you fucking kidding me?
No, he's the Falcon.
Yeah, because when I think about Scooby-Doo, I think about the Falcon.
He's like one of the main characters in the fucking movie. Did you watch it or no?
No, the movie, you fucking idiot. I'm talking about Scooby. And I'm sorry I called you an idiot. I'm really mad because I think Scoob is a fucking piece of shit.
Yes.
It's a fucking atrocity to everything in the world ever of all time, and we're huge Scoob fans. I'm so fucking mad right now.
You watched.
There is no way that movie was good.
So
Don't lie to me.
I'm crossed on because
I fucking hate you.
I don't like the movie itself.
Are we about to fight right now?
I also hate the voice actor that plays Shaggy.
Oh, he's awful.
That does not sound like Shaggy. They just
oh my god, he's awful.
rehire Matthew Lillard and let him reprise.
Or even Josh Peck did a better fucking Shaggy.
From
Drake and Josh. Yes, you're welcome.
The only thing I was like, oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. Was the Hanna-Barbera references from other franchises.
I'm gonna kill you. They're trying to make a fucking cinematic universe. And
Is that what you think they're trying to do?
Yes, and I want to murder my own face.
No, but Hanna-Barbera used to do it all the time with all those same characters.
Don't do that. There is a difference.
Not trying to do something new.
There's a difference between doing it with the movie versus you had like 5 years of the you had like 3 seasons of the Jetsons, 3 years of the fucking Flintstones, and you put it together.
At least they didn't make it a time travel movie and go back to the Flintstones.
Why are you trying to make me mad? Why are you trying to make me mad? Because I feel like you're making man game reference.
The Falcon ship should have been able to take them to the future and the past, and that's how they get the last skull.
I'm so like, I'm sorry. I saw the trailer, and I remember seeing the trailer. It was right before the Sonic movie, which was fine. Sonic movie was fine.
Amanda Seyfried played Daphne?
Shut up! I hate you. Stop it. Oh, man. I'm sorry. The origin of Shaggy and Scooby, it's the worst thing in cinema history. You don't remember the beach scene?
No, I remember. I said I don't care about it.
That's how Scooby got his name.
But
that's how he got his name. It's how he got his name, Michael. Got his name.
I feel that they fucked with that a lot. One, they fucked with the whole thing because I think isn't Velma's like
I'm sure she's a lesbian.
She's Hispanic in this one.
I don't care. She's probably a lesbian too.
Also, even Nikki, even my wife, who is a Mexican woman, was like, "Why is she Hispanic?"
Why not just make Fred Hispanic?
So
make him Frederico.
Who played Fred? Because I'm kind of curious. I was trying to figure it out. Zac Efron, of course.
Really?
Ken
actually, I actually
Dynamite. What?
I actually don't hate Zac Efron as Fred. I actually kind of think that's a good idea.
Did you know Ken Jeong was Fred? Or was,
Kim Jong Il was fucking
Ken Jeong.
Oh, sorry.
From Hangover. Was
random ass Asian guy.
He played Dynamite. Everyone knew that was Tracy Morgan. Frank Welker was Scooby. Which I get
Michael, I'm being upset. I'm being triggered.
You know who played Simon Cowell?
I don't. Simon Cowell.
Okay, I was just trying to trick you.
You put a Simon Cowell reference in a movie that came out in like 2019. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
This
I
who are you
did
making?
see-
Again, this is a matter of who are you making this film for?
So
You are idiots.
the movie, it was
Mm.
lackluster. I don't suggest it. I mean, it's been out for.
I'm a
few months
Scooby-Doo
now.
fan. I'm sorry. I'm a fucking old Nazi purist where
But-
we watched the old Crystal
Okay.
Age shit and we bought them. We bought all the old stuff. Don't get me wrong. Yes, absolutely. The old animation is shit. That was the point. It wasn't even the point. It's what they had.
Did you like the bastardization, the joke that they tried to put in there as to why Shaggy talks the way he talks? They were trying to be they were trying to be meta with it. They were the bowling alley chick is just like it's a guy that says like before everything else. And it seems like a middle-aged guy wrote the character to think what a hippie would sound like. I was just
Again,
like,
I
what?
always say with these franchises, it's like they just went to a page full of the memes.
Can I say?
And they made a movie based on the memes.
Can I say though that joke there is literally making fun of the person who created the fucking thing that you're making more money off of.
Yes, I don't like it.
Um,
You do realize that people do that, and that's why Hollywood
Yes.
sucks. And I hope they fucking fail.
So
I think they all should. I honestly think Hollywood should just disintegrate, and we just build it up from the bottom.
if Tenet doesn't come out, they might.
Oh
Nolan
my
might just
god,
take
with
'em
that
down.
whole fucking thing. So, am I allowed? So, we've already talked about this, and I feel like we should talk about it again. We're gonna have a fucking 3-hour podcast today, aren't we? This is what happens when I actually like talking to somebody who's actually fucking intelligent.
Oh wait. Before we get off Scoob, I have one last thing because you're a
Yes.
fan of the OG stick.
Original. I love Scooby-Doo. And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I have to preface. Yes, the old animation was shit, but at the same time, it's fucking incredible.
I like it.
But the way they do it, I think it's fine.
Batman meet Scooby Doo movie, dude.
No. I'm talking like literally the first episodes that came out. We bought the Diamond collections and stuff.
Well, wasn't Batman v Scooby? I was gonna say.
Yeah, I love Batman v Scooby. Batman v Scooby Man. Batman v Scooby Man in theaters next week. Zoinks! Bruce
Scooby-Doo meets Batman. Wasn't that like in the original run?
I
Like the
don't
first
know.
season?
I don't even care. I know you're asking me a legitimate question. I'm more talking about just the mechanics. They use template animation, old Hanna-Barbera shit. Yes, it looks really shit. I get it. This was stuff from like the 1970s, dude. Casey motherfucking Kasem was Shaggy.
Didn't they
as he did the fucking top 40 countdown every Sunday.
Yeah, didn't they bring his son in to do his the voice afterwards?
Casey Kasem Jr.
That's when they lost Matthew Lillard.
Yes.
And he was pissed.
No.
Yeah.
Casey Jr. did it for a while, and then they had Lillard do the movie, and then Lillard took over after that.
But then they brought Junior back.
Casey back after nobody. Well, Lillard didn't want to do it anymore.
No. They didn't ask him. I listened to a whole podcast.
Oh,
about
good,
him talking
perfect.
about it.
Fuck him, because Casey Jr. was better.
No,
I'm sorry, Casey Jr. was better.
Don't
fucking know me. No, you're not gonna get away with a fucking bullshit segue like that. Casey Kasem Jr. sounded just like his dad. Don't do that. We're going with the movies. Yeah, he's fine with the movies, but the fucking movies weren't that great. They were fun. Also, cool fact, first one, James Gunn.
Yeah.
Also, hints at her being a lesbian in that film, so fuck off.
And then the second one completely like
those films are retarded. I'm sorry, those films are retarded.
Here's your boyfriend.
They made one thing I like. They made Scrappy-Doo a villain.
Yeah,
I love it because he's a fucking piece of shit character, and I hope
Now,
Scrappy-Doo dies.
Let me get to my fucking question.
Ah!
According to you, I'm the host, so shut the fuck up and let me get to my question.
Oh man, feels bad.
So, did you ever watch any of the like young Scooby-Doo shit, like when they were kids? I don't remember what they called that shit. Yeah.
Was it a pup named Scooby-Doo?
A pup named Scooby-Doo. So
yeah, I liked it. It had a Muppet Babies kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
I liked Muppet
Oh, I
Babies
liked
too, by
Muppet
the way.
Babies.
All
right. So Tenet, bro. Tenet.
So it was interesting because we've talked about the whole movie theater thing. Where are we moving? What's the system? Well, how do we open up the theaters?
Right.
Our theater's dying. What are we doing? Do we release movies? Blah blah blah. I was on a shill time. I was on a chaos list with on NZO Hodges. Tuesday night stream. We were talking about this because Christopher Nolan has now delayed Tenet once again. I would very much like to get your take first because I am very passionate about this on 3 different levels. So what do you think about Christopher Nolan not only delaying Tenet, but the idea that maybe we just shouldn't release anything this year in the theater? Where do you feel you fall?
So as far as the delaying, I have no issue with it. I have 0 issues with it. The studio's going to put it out in theaters, whether we, the consumers, want it in theaters or not. Mainly because he contracts that shit. It's contractually, you guys know what I mean, obligated to go to the theaters. That's just how Nolan does his stuff. You know, he's not gonna fucking do a movie and then it just goes straight to Netflix. He shoots most of his shit on IMAX so it can be seen in IMAX. You know, he's not really preparing his film for home viewing. He's making his movie about the cinema, which I'm all for. You know.
Yeah.
Now, are there circumstances because of the stuff going on? Yeah. Does that mean the release date keeps getting pushed? Yeah. People that are bitching that the release date just keeps getting pushed back like a week or two and 2 weeks. What does it matter to you? Like, to me, I'm just like, let it get pushed back as much as they need. If it doesn't come out till next year, fine. They're just wasting their press releases, or they're doing it to remind you about this fucking movie that needs to come out to make it a bigger deal. You know, oh, we're not going to put it out till August. Oh, no, now we're not going to put it out till September. Oh, October.
Why
November,
even bother?
whatever.
They're obviously just trying to keep themselves relevant.
Right. That's what it is. So that's my take on like the Nolan movie being pushed back and pushed because that was supposed to be out like 2 or 3 months ago, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
And again, it's a movie that I didn't know was coming out until this first trailer dropped. I don't really care.
I don't think Christopher Nolan is the name that people think he is. The Dark Knight came out like fucking almost a decade ago.
Well, people remember The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight Rises sucks.
They remember Inception. Some people,
which was like maybe right after The Dark Knight.
Right. Yeah.
Dunkirk was
it was between Begins and Dark Knight. Right.
Well, how about this? Most people are torn on Interstellar, and nobody went and saw
Interstellar
Dunkirk.
Was which one?
That space one with Matthew McConaughey and Anne Hathaway and a couple other people.
Oh yeah, that was a good one. I like that one.
It's fine.
We didn't see it in theaters though.
There's a lot of bad writing in that film.
Yeah.
It's like particularly too long for no reason. I don't know. It's a little pretentious, which I think Christopher Nolan is just not being said no to.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had Dunkirk. What a fucking smelly nothing. Like nobody cares. Like the movie was nothing. I'm sorry. Just go watch 1917. That's actually a good film. I think Christopher Nolan does really, really good shit. And at the same time, I think some of his newer shit is a product of people not telling him to wrangle it in. A perfect example reminds me of like old stuff with fuck, I lost it. Go ahead. I'll get it back.
I just think like a lot of the issues that I have seen with people about the whole Christopher Nolan thing is it's like they're saying that he's just being a whiny baby. about having his movie come out in theaters, which
I think that's unfair.
Yes, it's completely unfair. I mean, I can see it if I want to be a dick. But then these same people are also bringing in like logical points as to why this company can do this with their movie and stuff like that. But I'm like, okay, well, he has a contract. He has the legality to say, no, my movie can be in theaters when it can, of course.
So I like the idea that you bring up the legality of it, because they're probably contracted to put it in theaters or whatever.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna abandon my last point. Sorry, guys, I lost it mentally. If I happen to run into it, we'll see what happens. But here's my thing with the whole cinema thing. I hate to use the word because it's a trigger word on the internet. Why the fuck, Michael, are we so entitled to these ideas that a movie must come out every month, or when a release date is? Stop making release dates. How about make the film? I brought this up the other day, where Alien, considered one of the highest, I don't even know money-wise, but one of the most influential science fiction horror films ever made, Alien, was in like production nightmare jumbo land for years. Greatest Showman, regardless of whether or not you like it, that shit was a phenomenon. And it took 7 fucking years of production to get that done, based on shopping the script, redoing it, hiring people.
From start to finish.
Exactly. Spider-Man into Spider-Verse. I heard rumors of 4 to 5 years just for production and pitching and all that stuff. Why are people talking about these films? Because they took their time. They polished them. Yeah. They cared.
I mean, this even if you go back to even older, you have like Titanic.
Whoa, great. Again, James Cameron. There you go.
Avatar, the first one, I think you said Avatar, right?
Yep.
I mean, but even going back to looking at
Terminator,
Terminator, the first Star Wars movie. You know how many fucking times that thing went through re-edit before it was even shot?
Yep.
Let alone when it was shot.
Well, I mean, models were being built and talked about and looked over, and
I like the days when I didn't know a movie was coming out.
Thank you.
Like you say, like I really liked it because then it's like, okay, if I don't know there's gonna be 5 more Avenger movies, and I die tomorrow, at least I'm not going to be thinking, oh, what's going to happen in this Avenger movie on my deathbed. Not that I'm that fucking guy.
No, I get it. It's a hyperbolic statement. I get it. No, but seriously, like, why make the release date when you don't have a fucking script? That happens now.
Not only that, things like what happened with COVID. This has changed so much of their shooting schedules.
Well, it's just because you're only bringing that up because you're racist against Asians.
Yes.
Because of COVID.
Okay. Sure.
Sorry, Twitter.
Wuhan lives matter.
Oh no. I love Mulan 3.
But no, when you're talking about the contract stuff for going in the theaters, the one movie, and I want to bring it up because 1, it's a good movie. 2, a lot of the things are kind of like showing in society right now, and 3, it goes along the same lines.
Sure.
So Idiocracy, this movie was shot in 2000. Well, shot. It was.
You'd almost think fucking Nostradamus wrote that fucking script at this point. Idiocracy.
Oh yeah. So Idiocracy came out in 2006, and they were it was a crap shit of a movie at the time. It didn't get.
What the fuck's a crap shit?
Crap shit.
Sorry.
Myke Judge.
God damn, dude. Stop having strokes.
He got to do it basically because he did good with stuff with Fox and all that crap. I think it was
King of the Hill
and all that shit.
Simpsons, shit like that. Yeah.
Well, that movie would not have gone to theaters if he wouldn't have had it in contract that it has to be seen in theaters.
Yeah,
they put it in the limited amount of theaters, but it still got to go in the theaters.
Okay, to be fair though, I see where
I'm
you're
not
going.
trying to compare that to.
See, the problem is, but you brought it up.
I'm
but
comparing the contract stuff.
But no, but I'm not even going to argue that because I think Christopher Nolan now is a little bit up his ass.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. Chill out, internet. I think he's fine. Memento and Prestige. Prestige is a great film.
I'm not a director person. I just
exactly.
give me a good movie. I don't care who directs it.
Right? Fucking hell. Can we just like watch the film and talk about the film?
Yeah, I don't want to talk about the director unless it's a valid point to bring up the director. I don't want to have to talk about Terminator.
Like, here's
and
his
always
style.
Bring up James Cameron.
Oof.
No.
Which I didn't even argue. He barely directed those. He was almost like a stunt coordinator. Anyway, this is neither here nor there. But my whole
that script to them when he was like a truck driver or some shit. The first one.
I want to say it was the first one, the first Terminator.
Yeah.
But because Piranha 2, I believe, was his first actual directorial debut, but we'll figure that out. I don't fucking read a book.
He worked on some film about like space alien things, and then he went and did fucking Aliens.
Yeah. I was about to yell at you specifically about something, and I lost it. But I'll just go back to the main point.
Yeah.
About theater stuff. My whole thing, and Hannah and I talked about this. Oh no, I love what you said. The idea that if they hadn't announced it, I wouldn't have fucking cared.
Right.
It's this idea of like, why are you making a release date before you even have a fucking script?
Right.
That is the fault of you.
Well, I know when
Woman
Tenet,
84 would have been fine. Tenet would have been fine.
Tenet didn't have anything out until they dropped the trailer for it, though.
Sure.
But they dropped the trailer just a few months before it was supposed to actually come out, and then everything happened, which pushed it away.
Bummer. Then shut up about it until the next time.
Just pull it. This is okay. Fuck everybody that doesn't like. Everyone that doesn't like the Fast and Furious franchise can suck a dick.
Whoa!
At least Vin Diesel and that company had the balls to say,
balls and dicks.
We're pulling the movie, because that movie was supposed to come out like 2 months after COVID happened. They pulled it and said, we're not releasing this until next year. Fuck off. And I was like, yes, that's what a lot of these movies should. Fucking Disney's just so worried with their movies about their release schedules and stuff, because all these like Disney or say like Warner Brothers, well, not Warner Brothers, because they really don't. I think they just drop shit when they drop it.
I don't care.
But like
they don't have a fucking theme park.
Yeah, Disney's set on such a tight schedule with their releases that when something like this happens, they're fucked. Like, they launched their streaming service a few months before, but they're still fucked because they don't want to take the risk of putting those movies on their service.
But you also have to remember, Disney is one of those companies that requires a circulation of money constant. Yeah. DC doesn't have that. Right. They have their streaming services, and they're actually, Warner Media is willing to cut people right now. Yeah. And it's like, well, are they hurting? Of course they are. Every fucking company is hurting right now. Yeah, but if you can cut the DC app and keep Stargirl and then like real talk, you really think Swamp Thing's going to be any good on the CW? Absolutely not. No. It's going to be absolute penis.
They're going to cut.
It's going to be suck
too.
It's going to be a whole bag of suck.
Well, not even just like their shows, but for Warner Brothers, which is also AT&T and Warner Media together.
Yeah.
They're still pulling in money. People are still using their cell phones. People are still using their cable services and internet services and shit like that. Nobody's really going to Disney theme parks. No one's really, Disney has what? A bunch of TV networks and some theme parks. I don't even think they own Sears anymore. I think they sold that off. So they're literally just sitting there empty with whatever ad revenue they can pull in. And then Disney Plus, which is what, $6 a month per person?
Like, look, okay, so I guess I didn't get to my big point.
Yeah. Go ahead. You say Disney, and that's a trigger word, and we just
I'm with you. It's with me too. I was talking. Here's the new. Well, not
The
new.
new.
Here's the internet trigger word. Entitled. Why the fuck are we so entitled to these films coming out so fast? I don't get it. And you like talked about, if you hadn't made the announcement, I wouldn't even known it existed. It doesn't matter.
The entitlement comes, I think, more so from, look how I referenced earlier how many websites there are that deal with movie news and pop culture news.
No, absolutely.
And then all the entitlement comes because they need something to
everybody and their
mom
everybody and their mom wants a podcast and shit. And I brought that up and I go, but that's because you're unimaginative and you're idiots. And
like
you realized but you can't watch old Predator films, or you can't watch old Alien films and go, oh, there's no diversity in these films. You can't do that. It doesn't work with the narrative of these fucking faggots who can't fucking.
There should be articles.
Disingenuous pieces of shit who keep trying to tell me. I'm sorry, dude. I'm having a rant.
You're good.
Where these fucking assholes keep acting like there's no fucking diversity. It's because you and your fucking stupid small ass brain can't watch something before 1998 because you're a disingenuous piece of shit who doesn't know how to watch a fucking movie correctly. And when I say watch a movie correctly, it's by saying Donald Trump and Bill Clinton or Obama, they are not part of the cast. Watch the film and shut the fuck up. Nobody cares about your politics. When somebody says Orange Man bad, it's called bad writing. There you go. Suck it up. Home Alone 2 is not a bad film because Donald Trump in Trump Tower said hi to Kevin McAllister for 2 seconds.
And they did the look back. Hey.
And also, fuck you, Canada, for editing that out. You're all bitches.
Did they
Everybody
edit that out?
Yes, they did.
That's
they
like the
CBC,
opening scene for the hotel. Like that.
Yes, it's his whole fucking tell, man.
Yeah.
People are fucking bitches.
Wow.
They fucking cry too much, dude. And it makes me
I'm
so
surprised
fucking
people didn't
annoyed.
take that scene. Never. I'm not even going to go there. Never mind.
Same. Dude, I'm at a point where you are making up shit.
Yeah.
You are making shit up.
But see, if they're going to do, this is the thing.
See?
So all these websites that want this content, right? Because they're bitching that there's not a lot of content out right now. Their writers aren't paying attention to the actual new content that is out there. Fucking Psych 2 is out, bro, on Peacock. I want to watch that.
Oh, that was actually out. Oh, I thought that was an announcement.
No,
that's out?
Well, Peacock just dropped and it's out now.
Hannah's not happy about that, by the way.
Why? The Peacock app?
No, the fact that they made another Psych movie.
Oh.
She goes,
did she watch the first one?
She loves Psych.
Well, they did the Psych first movie.
I think
like
she liked
2 or 3 years ago.
Do you really think the new movie is going to be good?
I don't care. I just want to see it. I don't fucking care right now.
I really want to know. I really want to know your opinion when you're done.
I'm probably gonna get a free trial.
I've never watched the show. I've seen some scenes.
Such
the chemistry seems like it's there. It looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think it's gonna be good.
It's such.
I'm throwing it out there because I've watched too many franchises die.
What's the guy's name from
Jesus
Bride Princess
God.
Bride?
Santa.
The main actor from Princess Bride.
Carl Elwes?
Is that his name?
The fucking As You Wish.
Yeah.
That guy.
Yeah.
I think it's Carl Ewes or something shit like that.
Well, he's in a lot of the. Well, not a lot, but he's in most of the seasons of Psych, and his character is pretty funny. Without spoiling a whole lot, he's like like an international thief, and he plays it off really cool, kind of like Ocean's 11 type shit, but with comedy.
All right.
Yeah.
Perfect.
So, but yeah, like there's so much content out there for these guys to write about. Like write about the new apps that are coming out. HBO Max. I mean, there's some articles for you to write about. Write about the new content that's on there. Hamilton dropped. I haven't seen as much shit out there about that that I should have for that to have dropped.
I don't think that's I've heard some of the songs. I think they're shit. I
don't
really.
I'm just saying there's content out there these people could fucking.
If you want to hear a good musical, why not just go listen to the fucking Phantom of the Opera? Like, I mean, listen to
Sweeney
good stuff.
Todd.
I'm sorry, I understand that Hamilton's like a fucking phenomenon. The only reason why people like it's because it does like rappy shit and does a bunch of political messages. Yeah. It's not a good fucking
musical.
I'll just rewatch it just for the fucking sake of it. But yes, hot take. I think Hamilton is fucking retarded. I think it's retarded.
Another thing that I heard on another podcast was a suggestion. If Disney's really wanting extra shit, you telling me they haven't recorded like The Lion King on Broadway? They can drop that on.
Oh my god, dude! Have you ever seen Lion King on Broadway?
I have not.
It's fucking awesome. I recommend. I recommend.
Okay.
Looking up their album.
Yeah.
On YouTube, they introduced a Simba song that is fucking awesome. No, it's really awesome. It's like really good. I remember seeing it on stage. It's awesome. Producers really good, really good. I saw Spam-A-Lot on Broadway. Fucking awesome. Spam-A-Lot's kind of like the musical version of Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Right.
Fucking good shit. Hamilton is a pandering piece of shit, and I hate it. And the music's actually really choppy and shitty, and like they do a lot of like off cadence stuff, like where the lyrics are off beat to the actual beat, and I hate it. I hate it. I cannot stand it. It's totally a preference. I get why people like it because I think it recontextualizes history and does a lot of stuff, and it's a lot of fun. Lin-Manuel does a lot of good stuff. He was in the Mary Poppins remake, which is a gigantic piece of shit. But some of the music is really cute. Yeah, fuck Hamilton. I think it's overrated. And new hot take. There you go. Yeah. New hot take from John.
So there's a thing going on right now about syndication shows, apparently. This is totally off topic from what I was saying, but this just came up. That, it's a new contract that's proposed to give away 90% of future syndication residuals to the actors.
That sounded like a lot of big words. What happened? I'm not smart enough. Try again. What was that?
All right, so you know how syndication residuals, you get paid every time the fucking
Seinfeld gets like $1 million a year.
This is a new thing that if it passes is going to give up 90% of those residuals from the actors.
I'd make the agreement that should happen.
You think they should only get 10% after the fact?
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like, sorry, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the world. You're getting paid $1 million an episode for mediocre content.
But
you still
Seinfeld think has made billions of dollars off of that.
You, dude. Are you fucking kidding me that you really think that these actors should be paid six fucking figures, even just a smidge less, for not literally doing anything ever again? Like, let me put it in. Shut up, Michael. You fucking bitch. I love you. Oh God, I went limp. I'm so angry. If I am not getting residuals for how good I did waiting tables 10 years ago, I don't give a shit if I put on a good fucking show. Keep acting. Yes, you can get a little bit of residual, but six figures. Seinfeld gets like $1 billion a year out of syndication. That's absolutely fucking absurd. You come on. No, seriously, combat it. I want it. Bring it.
I don't know. I feel for some of those actors, they don't work ever again after that shit. For the most part. Some. Some
But
of them
whose fault is
give like
that?
8, 9, 10 good years of their acting career to that, to where they
10 years, dude, of a job though.
Yes.
And
But
I
they're giving
apologize. I'm gonna probably jump in a lot on these.
They're giving a lot to the fans, first of all.
Mhm.
They're giving you a lot of entertainment value off the bat. Then think about it.
It's their job.
That same network, the fucking company that produced it, is still making fucking money off of it 20, 30 years after these actors are away from it.
But they probably were losing money producing it. Because I mean, think about it. Like you look at Big Bang Theory.
Yeah.
You're spending $1 million per actor to make mediocre comedy.
Right.
It's essentially Home Improvement. You know what I mean? Like you love Tim Allen, Home Improvement. You really think that film or that show took multi-million dollars to run that? No, absolutely not. It just got to that point.
Right.
Where people started asking for the money. That's called greed. There's no way we can justify those people getting $1 million to work for what? Like it's a syndication. I would 100%. I would actually be able to justify Game of Thrones.
That's
Game of Thrones.
Saying,
like Jon Snow, like Kit Harington having to stay in shape and fight out in the middle of New Zealand and get snowed on and fucked over and be thrown in these costumes and shit. Sure, pay him the money. But fucking Jim Parsons in the Sheldon costume sitting in a fucking bullshit. He gets $1 million for a show?
While he's shooting it. The residuals are not going to be that fucking high. They're not fucking
so
Tony
high.
Stark making like $1 billion, even though the character's dead now. Like, because
But Robert Downey Jr. gets a residual of all of the movies.
He gets a residual
that he is in.
Everything that he's in.
Just anything that he's in.
That's what I said. Everything he's in. That's why I don't doubt for a minute that he's going to guest appear in random fucking movies.
If they do that, it's only because Disney is desperate and they know they're dying. That's it. They want Robert Downey Jr. to reignite the franchise.
Yeah.
It will happen. You're welcome.
Speaking of Disney again.
Oh, no.
Why don't they put more of their movies that they already have shot just on their fucking app?
No, we're going back. No, this is horseshit. You're not getting away from this because you're wrong.
No,
you're wrong.
Like,
you really think these actors from Friends?
They're not making $1 million residual check a year.
No, absolutely not.
Absolutely not. They're probably making tops
6 figures though.
$100,000 a year.
No, yeah, it's still 6 figures.
Yeah.
Well, how cool would it be for you to have a fucking part-time job and get a 6-figure salary to do nothing? And people go, well, no, you earned it. I go, no, you literally worked. You did your job. And somehow you keep getting money.
Okay, so as an independent filmmaker, once you finish that film,
yeah,
and you say you sell it off to like, I was gonna say Weinstein Company. Sell it off to a random other company.
Pick whoever you want.
Pick up one. But
Blumhouse.
Within there, you get residuals for it.
Yeah.
Does that director still get a full 100% residual check, or do you cut his check down by 90%?
I make the argument it's different because actually I'm kind of a piece of shit about this. That's fine. Bear with me. No, bear with me.
Only
I understand.
You're on the creative side.
No.
The acting side.
No, absolutely. I'm gonna play the self-awareness, but I want to follow this through since I'm gonna do this. Because the director is not in front of the screen. Yes, you get the
robot.
No,
robot. You're robot to me.
Beep up, boop, boop,
Okay.
beep up. Am I alive?
Yep.
Okay, so yes, I understand I'm going to play a little bit of a hypocrite, but the difference is you don't have, like, people like James Gunn, right? This is the best I can do. Chris Pratt and Zoe Saldana and all those guys are on screen. They look good. They do whatever. They're going to get more recognition than James Gunn. James Gunn needs the residuals because he's not getting like, you can give writers and directors these like contracts to like, you're going to direct this, this, and this. The thing is that James Gunn isn't going to show up and do all of these commercials.
Right.
As a director, he's not going to get all the extra residual fun stuff and things that come with it. He's just going to get to direct more good things, blah, 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 and work his way through. But people like Chris Pratt, he's going to get Jurassic World and then move off to this thing and move off to this thing and be here because he's a name.
But
I think creative people, I think that's unfair. I think they need that boost.
At the same time, though,
yes.
Say you have the same scenario.
Yeah.
The director has a deal where he's going off and getting to do more stuff. But that one movie that, say, a Chris Pratt was in flops. Now Chris Pratt's not getting more work for a while until he regains his career because the actor is going to get blamed more than the director in the general audience's viewing.
Interesting. I just don't think you're going to see it because people are superficial, first of all.
Because it happened with Game of Thrones. Like,
how so?
Well, not necessarily blaming the actors. And Game of Thrones, they actually blame the creators
for the
first time.
No, because I love the fact that you're talking about something I know, so I got this. So follow through.
So, like I was saying with that, it's like, okay, so what if that happened to Game of Thrones, but instead of blaming the creators like we actually did, they would hold the blame on the actors, and the actors don't get to work afterwards.
I would make the argument it did happen. It was that catastrophic that it did happen.
You think? Because those actors, no, they're not. I only know a couple of them that are working still. But
do you know any of the names other than maybe
Dinklage
4?
And
you already knew him before Game of Thrones.
Did I?
Yes, you did. Elf, fucking Death at a Funeral.
That was during Game of Thrones, wasn't it?
No.
Oh.
Peter Dinklage is fucking Peter Dinklage. Yeah. Don't do that. He was Peter Dinklage before this fucking shit. Don't do that. But like, do you know who Kit Harington is? Could you? What character is he?
He was the Kit Harington was the main Snow kid that was still.
There you
alive.
Go, Jon Snow. Amelia Clark.
She was the
dragon chick
princess.
Cool.
Queen or whatever.
Cool. So now we're gonna get
Jason
to the.
Momoa. There's another one. Sean Bean, first season, guys.
Both of them died in season 1. You know, the funniest part in my life is that I actually fell in love with Game of Thrones babysitting your fucking house. You own 2 seasons. 3. I actually saw. You only had 2. You only had season 1 and 2 when I babysat your house that year.
We have all of them now.
I actually finished your Blu-rays before you did.
I only watched the first season.
I know you're an asshole, and we're talking like almost 8 years ago. I
watched the first season, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm good because fuck them."
You're a bad person.
Yeah, that was for myself.
You're a bad person. My whole thing is that when it comes to the actors for that kind of stuff, like Game of Thrones. I think you deserve.
You're okay with giving them their whole 100% residual check?
With something that requires that kind of effort, yeah, absolutely.
But see, this whole syndication thing is for all shows around the board, not just sitcoms or shit like that. Like you're talking like shows like I don't know if you would consider ER a very uppity show, but they had to learn some stuff.
We can still say Grey's Anatomy or something.
Grey's Anatomy, but like you would have like your Game of Thrones, your Doctor.
But you're not being, you're not being tossed on these locations and being asked to do stunts and go insane.
Hercules.
Again, I think yeah, exactly.
Buffy, Angel,
I totally agree.
Bill and Ted, no, there's not a show for that.
I think context matters. I think it's one of those things where that's why these negotiations happen. Like, do I get a stunt double and shit like that? And my whole thing is, How about I think you getting residuals for something you already did is silly. And people would make the argument, and I can already hear it. I can hear it in my brain. They go, Social Security. I go, first of all, people our age, Social Security is not going to fucking exist when we're fucking 65. But second, we pay into that and we get our money back.
Which they pay.
I have heard that argument before.
Most of the actors at that stage are paying.
But that's only if they're part
dues.
of the union or part of SAG, where they're forced to do that, which is not always the case. And my whole deal is when you can't talk about Jim Parsons and Kaylee Cuoco and stuff being in some nice fancy little shitty set with 3 cameras versus Jon Snow learning how to use a sword out in the middle of New Zealand, getting fucking snowed on, having a fucking terrible day. I'm sorry.
Okay, then
they are different. They are different.
What about the cast from Arrow?
I would argue. I would make the argument that
because they're up in Canada, up in the cold, and doing the same.
He lives there. First of all, he lives there. He's not traveling.
Katie
lives there. What about her?
When she first started the show, she didn't live there.
She moved there, and they paid for her to move there.
Right, but do you think that they don't deserve to get any residuals for that shit?
No, because they paid for her to move. That would be like asking my job that I have currently. You had me move, but you paid for me to move. Look, now, can you pay me extra shit for moving?
You're gonna give me residuals, period. Like
sure,
any time they hand me a contract to sign to work on a film set, I'm like, do I get residuals for this shit?
I understand that I might be hypocritical, and I would like to see this conversation move a little more forward, maybe with people who actually have been an actor for a really long time. Somebody in the SAG
get some actors in here because
I would
are on the opposite side. We're behind the scene type.
And I feel like you're actually standing for their side. I think I'm being kind of the villain on this one.
Yeah. That's just because I know a bunch of the fucking actors. I'm just like, well,
yeah. This is and I think it's a really interesting conversation. I think,
child actors residuals
because you also have to remember.
Kids.
But you also have to remember, like, the actors are, like, really good, usually good looking or have a face that can be hired by their face. When you look at James Gunn and stuff, you're like, some people just know James Gunn movies. They don't know what he looks like.
Yeah.
So you're not getting picked out by like that. Some people don't even know that Joss Whedon helped on Toy Story and fucking Roseanne.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do they know him for?
Who fucking didn't help on Roseanne back in the day?
For fucking 9 years. I'm just saying, I think when you're not in front of the camera and you don't have your face all over the place, it's a lot harder to get more work. And residuals should be pushed to the people who make the stories better.
Okay, here's one for you.
Yes.
And this might be my last one.
No, that's fine. It's fine.
Actor directors such as Ben Affleck, Kevin Smith, fucking even Michael Bay is starting putting himself in his movies. Every time I saw him in Bad Boys 3, I was just like,
talk about Michael Bay.
Dude,
let's not talk about Michael Bay. As much as I like him, let's not talk about him.
No, we're gonna talk about him now that you like him.
That's different. Again, he's writing, directing.
Okay, but
he has stock in the film
because they are two different. Like union things,
yes,
and it would be two types of different residuals, so you would be double dipping too.
No,
you're not gonna get just. Well, I guess it depends on how that depends on how the contract.
Exactly. There's no rule saying that he can double dip, and I would imagine they make the contract that he gets the residuals from the film,
right?
Because he'd probably prefer that.
Voice actors.
There you go. Voice actors are great. Oh God, fuck! Imagine mocappers for video games.
Yeah.
Are you getting residuals for your likeness if they actually make the character look like you?
Right.
Or are you only getting paid because you did the performance?
At that same point,
that's interesting. Andy Serkis would be the guy to fucking talk to.
Right.
Like, he doesn't look like Gollum.
But at the
same
time,
you get paid for being quote unquote on the screen because it was your personal physical performance.
Right.
That's where it gets great.
Same with,
and I think it's an
interesting
shit
like that.
I think it's a fucking interesting ass conversation, regardless
Didn't
of
he
whether or
win an
not you
Oscar
agree with
for
me.
Planet of the Apes or some shit?
I don't remember, but I know
recall.
for mocap shit, he's been
Yeah.
nominated tons
Yeah.
of. Caesar, I know for a fact.
Because
I think he won for Caesar.
He was also the dragon in The Hobbit, right?
No, that was Benedict Cumberbatch.
Benedict Cumberbatch? Okay. I thought he. Okay, yeah.
He was Gollum.
Yeah.
Gollum.
Yeah.
He was that guy.
I'm kind of interested to see how that works for like the wrestlers when they do the wrestling video games. Do they get residual checks on those things?
They actually all did. It's actually really funny you bring that up. GameCube games. They did Middle Earth and Two Towers, and I think it was like the Third Age or some shit. They actually got all the actors to come in and do it.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
It was fucking like we're talking like Ian McKellen and Christopher Plummer even, and they even fucking did behind the scenes for them.
Oh, cool.
It's so good. YouTube it. It's fucking great shit. The games aren't like amazing, but they're fun. They're fun to play. And the fact that all of the actual actors showed up to do voice acting is so dope. Did they get residuals? Probably not. I think that's when nobody actually
probably
took
built into their normal check.
exactly. Like you know, like
you're contracted to do these show ups here for the press tour, and then
maybe instead of doing the press tour, you got to come and do like, oh yeah, we're not going to ADR you for the next 6 months, but you need to come in and record these lines for the game.
Yeah.
And you got to remember, back then, video games were not a high market. When the GameCube came out, video gaming and Twitch streaming and all that shit didn't exist, and it wasn't it wasn't mainstream. So getting these guys into a fucking booth to knock out a day's worth of work, that voice acting is a craft that people don't take seriously, but at the same time it is something that can be done very quickly.
Right.
If you're good at what you can do, it can be done in a day. But that also being said doesn't mean that you're good at it. So it is a craft at the end of the day. I like voice acting, and I hope to be one someday. I just like I just like to, things happen. Interesting though. That's a good conversation. I like that idea. I don't think you're wrong though. I don't think you're wrong.
And we can dive into there and see.
I would love to talk to SAG people. I would love to talk to SAG people.
I know people in SAG and DGA and all that shit, so we can get double dippers.
It'd be great. It would be great. I would love that conversation. No, seriously, I would love that conversation. I think that would be really interesting.
All right, we can try and do that.
So again, listeners, we're retarded. We don't know what we're talking about, but start Googling shit. Let us know. Let us know in the comments that we're stupid. Hopefully we get monetized someday, Michael, so we can do it live and people can tell us that we're retarded in real time.
Oh boy.
I know. So what do we think? Last topic and get the fuck out of here? What do we do?
Yeah. It's starting to thunder here, so I don't know how long my power is going to last. So.
Welcome to Florida.
Shit.
Got nothing, huh?
You dove into the movie thing. Oh, we didn't even fucking finish the whole movie thing, like the Tenet shit and all that. The other part of your question, besides the Chris Nolan, what was that?
Oh, it was me being an asshole and using the terrible trigger word of entitlement. The idea of
okay, so yeah, so that's where I dove into like all the other shit.
Why don't we just hold off? We know Christopher Nolan shoots shit in IMAX and with these Panavision lenses and anamorphic lenses and stuff. Why not just wait? Who cares?
Yeah.
Were you really clamoring for fucking Tenet? Like, were you really? And then like when I hear reviewers bitch about it, I'm like, you're such a disingenuous piece of shit. Like, why? It's because you're uncreative. Go back to shit that is good and just review that.
Here's what I have to say to anybody who's one bitching about not that Tenet keeps getting pushed, but that
Mhm.
the movie's not out already,
Yeah.
or new movies are. This is all I have to say. Welcome to me with New Mutants, you motherfuckers.
What's that been like 5 fucking years?
Fuck yes! Like, oh my goodness.
Here's my thing. If
The
they
first trailer
never,
dropped in like 15 or 16, I was
but
like,
here's the joke though. Had that first trailer never come out, would you care? No, obviously, because you wouldn't
No.
know it existed.
right.
I go.
That movie was supposed to come out a long time ago.
They're like, I need to see it, and it's like,
and that
so why
one is
though?
contracted to be in theaters too.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
why they won't drop it on or Disney
Exactly.
Plus.
I make the argument. I go, could you not? I know it's so petty, and I know it's shitty, and I'm sorry, internet. Go ahead and yell. I didn't know Titanic was going to be made from James Cameron.
Yeah.
I didn't know that Iron Man was going to be a
will,
thing.
People will argue, well, the internet wasn't as big of a thing in
Sure,
96.
that's fine. But I make the argument for Hollywood, stop making release dates before you have a script, before you know what's going on. And they would go, but Tenet was done. I go, then stop putting out trailers and shut the fuck up.
How about
you'll be fine? Wait a year.
Don't give a release date until you're at least 50% done shooting. That would work.
Sure. How about finish the film?
Because most films now, even when you're done shooting, there's still a lot of time left because of post-production. Not just editing the film, but all the extra CG bullshit.
But like, no, seriously though, Michael, like, it would be the idea of like, hey, I have a present for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to come and bring it to you.
No.
And then I show up at your house and you're like, you didn't bring the present. I go,
I'll bring it in August.
No, but I told you about it. It'll be here in 2. Had I not said anything the first time, you wouldn't have cared. You wouldn't have cared. I'd have been like, okay, so, hey, Michael, your birthday's in 6 months. I got a present for you in 6 months.
Yeah. Now you're looking forward to it in 6 months.
I can't wait for you to have it in 6 months. And you're like, no, I'm going to delay it. But you're like, no, but you said you had it. I go, well, I mean, I said that.
Yeah.
But I don't want to give it to you because I think you'll enjoy it better.
It first.
I think you'll enjoy it better. And I understand that that's a little bit of a kind of fucking false equivalence. But my idea is if you announce the fucking thing before you actually are even producing it, you're disingenuous, you're an idiot, and you set yourself up for failure anyway. So you're an idiot and you deserve what you're getting.
Right.
I just think it's fucking retarded. And Christopher Nolan is not even that. Okay. I'm gonna dial that back because I almost got mad. Dark Knight Rises is pretty shit. Dunkirk was not solid, and the guy is okay. Don't get me wrong. Dark Knight Rises was amazing, but I think a lot of people forget that he is kind of a pretentious dick. Interstellar is not as good as people think. It's a fun film. It's shot really well. The acting is solid. Oh my God. Christopher Nolan making Tenet. I don't care. Nobody cares. Right. It's Dunkirk times 2. Nobody fucking cares.
It's Inception times 2.
But at the end of the day, he probably shot in IMAX, did all this stuff.
Right.
Just hold off. Put it in the theater. And people are like, oh, but I want to see it. Do you, though? Yeah. You really don't care. You guys are fucking superficial cunts who will make all these stupid fucking reviews about old shit. You'll be fine. You're the same people who go and watch Empire Strikes Back and Jurassic Park in the theater, but when you tell people don't go to the theater, it's like, fuck off.
Right. Like,
what are you saying? God, integrity used to be a thing, Michael, and I'm fucking over it. Like, sorry, rant over.
I'm
like super annoyed
the other day.
No, I hate. The like the actual original good one.
Yeah. But it was like way too late. Like it wasn't late. It was like 6:30, but I had shit to do. So,
yeah. Look, man. I just here's the hard part. I think theaters are going to die. a couple of them.
Mhm.
But the actual
I
theater
honestly
experience.
think those
Go ahead.
cineplexes they're going to be hurt more than anything else because they're the
Okay.
ones that are already hurting because they aren't open at all. Most, at least around here, none of the cineplexes are.
So bear with me. So here we go. This was the conversation I had to have.
Yeah.
Yes, movie theaters are going to die. 100%. Those name brands, they're going to go, they're going to close, they're going to collect some dust, whatever. It's the same thing we were worried about with malls 10 years ago. Malls still exist. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Drive-ins still technically do exist too. You just gotta find them.
And Walmart's trying to bring them back, which, by the way,
Like
no
the ones
longevity
that are
there.
trying to buy them?
No, Walmart's trying to create. They're trying to use their big ass parking lots and make drive-ins.
Yeah. Some of the big theaters did that around here.
Not a terrible idea, but there's no longevity because of climate change.
Right.
A bunch of people keeping their air conditioning on to watch a movie. Come on now.
And then the crappy audio.
Exactly. I think it's good for like a minute just to have the novelty, but it has no
and it's
longevity.
Also good for like those random family films, not like if I'm going to see an event film like
exactly.
Avengers
No, I completely or something you've already seen.
Yeah.
Like you don't care.
Yeah.
But now bear with me with the actual
I can't bear with you.
The economic idea of everything. Okay, so a lot of movie theaters tend to be in malls nowadays. Yep. If they're not in the malls, they're standalone. Most of those usually die or they're self-owned by whoever owns whatever. I don't hate the idea of the government bailing them out, but I would make the argument, just let them die. And people be like, what? That's bad. I go, yeah, that's bad.
People will realize that too once they don't have them.
It's the idea of vinyl records. It's the idea of old school cars. It's the idea of vintage anything. People like vintage.
I'll tell you this right now. Like, there are certain movies that I would triple pay for to watch in theaters.
Absolutely.
Rather than watching at home first.
And I'm not even an IMAX guy, but some people want to see shit in IMAX. Yeah.
I'm all for that sound, baby. The Dolby screens.
Or even just getting away from people and sitting down and having an experience. Why do you go to a restaurant? I could eat this food. I could eat this pizza in my house from Domino's.
Yeah.
Or I can eat this pizza from this place, have it delivered, or go pick it up and bring it home. But I want to eat it here. Why? I don't know. Maybe I want to get out of my house. Maybe I just don't want to be here. Maybe I just want to have the experience. My whole deal is that yes, AMC might die. Yes, this place might die. Yes, this other one might die. But it's going to just become Bob's Entertainment. Or it's going to be Phil's Cineplex 10 years from now.
Yeah.
Just suck it up, man. It sucks. Wait a year. Pump all your stuff out after that. Let everybody think about it. And that's kind of where I'm at with it. I think we'll be fine. It'll be fine. We will see companies fall. But we'll see new ones take the place and we'll move forward. It's fine. Movies aren't going anywhere.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Yeah, the maybe with cinemas going away somewhat, it'll slow the process down of movies being pumped out every fucking week. Quality
over quantity, man.
Although Netflix has proven that's not the case anyways. It's
not gonna happen.
But
people actually make an argument for them to make more shit. I go, fucking, what is wrong with you people?
I heard the something guard, I forget what it's called, that they produced is actually really good. It has Charlize Theron and New Guard, I think it is. Old Guard. Old Guard.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
It's a comic. It's like based off a comic book. And they said Charlize Theron was in it, and when I was hearing them talking about it, I was like, oh, it's like the prequel to Hitchcock. And they're like, and then they went deeper into it. I was like, oh, that's not the prequel to Hitchcock. Okay.
Nothing better than going deeper. I feel it.
But it's like an elite group of people that have like they can't die. Basically, they've been around for forever. Yeah, like Highlander style almost. So the trailer looks fucking fantastic for it. I want to start to watch that. It's actually not that long.
Yeah.
So it's only not that long to me. 2 hours. It's 2 hours long. Some people will be like, that's fucking forever. But I'm like, look, I'm that guy that sat there and watches the BVS 3-hour fucking cut every time.
The extended edition, which I make the argument actually created more plot holes, and
it's the only one I've watched. So I asked people too. I was like, because people always ask me, they're like, did you watch the Ultimate Edition? I was like, it's the only one I've seen. And they're like, I was just like, what's the fucking difference? Like, give me something. I'm not gonna sit down.
There's a lot of differences.
I don't want to sit down for 2.5 hours.
There's almost 40 minutes of differences, dude. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah. Pretty much all the lowest stuff is brand new.
Ooh.
It's awful. It's all terrible. I'm sorry. I don't like that film. Everybody knows I don't.
Yeah.
No reason to fucking hash that out. I think we did pretty good today, man. I'm gonna can we call Chris a fucking cuck for not showing up today? Miss you, buddy.
Yep.
Thought you were coming. You're a piece of shit.
Tivis couldn't make it either, so.
Well, Tivis.
But he was busy. He
Tivis is a bitch. He's at Hooters.
He's got the open.
He's motorboating waitresses as we speak.
He's got the open invitation to come whenever.
Tivis is.
What she said. Hey.
Everyone in the comments, tell Tivis he's the best fucking honorary host that we have. I love that guy. I think.
And leave us some more comments because I'm kind of digging this comment shit.
I know it makes. I
don't even fucking.
I want to jerk. YouTube. I want to jerk off to every comment ever. Please,
right.
gimme.
But if you are on YouTube, hey, leave us some comments there too, fuckers.
You said the F word.
Oh, I'm sorry. Fuckers.
I don't know what that means. Fish.
No, I don't think anybody got that joke. Okay, I'm done.
Why are you soundboarding me right now? If you just do it randomly, it's not as powerful.
If I do it randomly, it's not as powerful?
It's lame.
If I do it randomly.
It's lame like pants.
Oh.
All right.
Thanks. Theological attitude.
You motherfucker. Nice. I'm not gonna lie though. As much as Tivis, Chris, you're fantastic. It's been nice to be on other streams with other people.
Yeah.
It sounds really stupid. I'm gonna be a bit of a faggot and say I'm gay as hell and say it's really nice to come back home and hang out with my co-most with the most host with the most host. It's nice to go back to the bare bones. Myke, you're a good shit. I enjoyed this. Hit me with a quote, sir.
A quote. Okay, so today's quote is going to be from Idiocracy by Frito from Idiocracy.
Oh my god, Frito pies are delicious.
Or actually, maybe I should do this narrator quote, but that's a long fucking quote. Do you want a long quote or a short quote?
Go, baby, but read it right and give me the voice.
Oh, I don't do the voice.
Let's do
the voice. Go. All right. Frito, for the smartest guy in the room, you're pretty dumb sometimes.
This guy right here. Me. Sorry, Michael. I appreciate you dealing with me, my dude.
Yeah.
All right. Later, nerds.
Turtle power.
That was awesome. No, that was great.
You just finished another great episode of Operation Babble. You can catch every episode of Operation Babble on all your audio streaming services, including SoundCloud, iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, and more. Don't forget to like us on Facebook at facebook.com/Operation Babble and join the conversation today by searching for the Operation